Hey guys, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing yet another build for the Reddit build challenge. So once again, I've linked it all below if you want to check it out. So basically this week's challenge is to build a farmhouse. So I decided to build an Australian farmhouse. Just going back to my roots, going back to where I come from and where I still live actually. So yeah, I live in Australia. So I was really excited to do something like something from the home country. So this little farmhouse had a lot of trouble doing the roof, which is what you kind of see now. And instead of getting rid of it, I thought, nah, you guys can watch me through Struggle Town. I was basically just trying to do a wraparound balcony porch thing, and it was just it's giving me trouble. So I guess I wanted to talk about what my idea was for this build. So basically, I wanted to do this little farmhouse that the story behind it was that they own a whole lot of land, but as this couple have gotten older, they haven't really been able to keep the farm running anymore, so they've sold parts of it off, or maybe the farm isn't fully functioning and all they really have left is just this small plot of land. So this little farmhouse, I have definitely seen homes like this in sort of rural or farming or country areas. This is it was really fun to do because I feel like I was thinking about times when I had been to these farming areas and the houses that I saw. So they all have this tin roof and the wraparound porch, and they're a bit older, and there's just a few things that I think are iconic Australian farmhouse things that are going to pop up here, and I guess I'll point them out. So yeah, as I said, this is kind of a small house on a farm, and then the land, there'd be more land than what is in this video. This is just a small portion of the land that they own. It's just a small little 2-bedroom farmhouse as well, just small. I kind of had the idea that maybe this is an older couple and their grandkids like to come and visit them, so I tried to do that sort of stuff with it as well. So yeah, as I said, I hope that this all I hope that you enjoy something a little bit different. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. Actually, I had a reference picture as well, which I probably won't link it down below because I don't know how to find it. Oh, I shouldn't have even mentioned it. Oh well, too late now. So I'll just talk about the reference picture that I'm not going to link down below. Or maybe I will. Maybe you should just check just in case. Who knows? I'm going to stop talking about the build because I feel like I'm getting myself into this little corner that I can't get out of. So let's move on. Let's just talk about my day today. So I'm doing this crazy shift at work where you have to start work at 6 a.m. Whew, is that hard? And I usually only do the shift once every 5 weeks, but because of some staffing things, I've had to do it 3 weeks in a row. 3 weeks in a row. Oh my god. I'm not a morning person, so I'm Struggle Town right now, and I think the last voiceover I did, I mentioned that I had 2 coffees today. Not 2 coffees a day that I did the voiceover. Anyway, yeah, so we're back up to 2 coffees again today. It's the second time in my whole entire life that I've had 2 coffees, so you can see how tired I am. I'm just so tired. I just want to go to bed and just sleep for all day tomorrow. Sleep for days. That'd be amazing. Oh, something I forgot to mention, this is a base game build as well. So not only is it, from the land down under, being Australia, get your mind out of the gutter, it is also base game. So anyone can download it and enjoy. Jeez. This is what I mean. I'm so tired. I can't even get my words out properly. Let's make up a word, gruel from Mean Girls. We're gonna have a word on this channel called enjoy. I don't know what it means yet. It's a mix between enjoy and, yeah, I've got nothing. Just enjoy is now known as enjoy. So anyone can enjoy this build because it is base game. So you got The Sims, you can have this build. That's if you like it. You might hate it. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I captured pretty well at least the Australian farmhouses that I have seen. Where I live, it's more suburban. Actually, speaking of suburban, I wanted to do like a typical. See, I guess there's not really a typical Australian suburban house because it depends where you are in Australia. Like, it's pretty big and there's like a lot of different climates and, like you have up north where it's very coastal, they get flooding or they get hurricanes, and then you have like right down in Tasmania where I've actually never been to Tasmania, but I do know that like it's cold but it's beachy, and then you have, like Sydney, which is just a bit of a, Sydney, Melbourne, kind of a mishmash of all sorts of different types of architecture. So there's no such thing as like a typical Australian house. But what I wanted to do was a house that's like typical to my area. So like the typical suburban house where I live. That's something that I'm definitely going to be looking into doing. I'm actually pretty excited to do it. And just heads up, it's going to be not like a super pretty looking house because I've tried building these houses in The Sims before, and it's not like those beautiful, like, kind of American style homes. Our homes don't look like that. They're actually kind of like, well, I think they're a little bit ugly when converted into Sims, but, we're going to do it anyway and we're going to have fun with it. Oh, God, I'm just going to complain about how tired I am again. I'm honestly so tired. I actually use things in this build that I have not used before. Like, a lot of these, like, kind of older items. I had a lot of fun using them. I definitely want to do a build, like a grandma's home build, like with like kind of a lot of the older furniture, and I want to make it like super duper cluttered, because that, like, when I think of like grandparents' homes, I just think of like years and years of collected items and like old furniture and clutter here and clutter there, and I definitely want to do that. And another build that I really, really want to do is like a build using items that I never use, or a build using items I haven't used before. I think that'd be pretty cool. But I definitely did that a lot in this build. Like, a lot of these paintings I've never used before. I like never use those lounges. I've never used that pot rack. It's so weird. Like, I like play The Sims a lot, so I've built a lot of houses in The Sims, and it's weird how you can build so many homes but miss out on so many different objects. Like, I don't know. I just think that's bizarre. There's so many windows that I've never used. And, oh, that little cow. That little cow was adorable. Never used that either. But, actually, oh, and the plates I've never used. Yeah, so, at this point I kind of changed the colour scheme of the house just to a little bit darker. I think it's a bit more sort of, older looking. Actually, I will just say what I was kind of basing this house off. When I was little, my grandma used to look after me a couple days a week when my parents were both working, and she cleaned this property, like it was a house on a big property, and she would clean that twice a week. And as I said, it was a huge property. It had like these amazing gardens, and it had a lake, and there were animals on it, and then there was the big sort of like the main farmhouse. And then attached to that main farmhouse was like a little cottage. So this house is definitely based off a mix between the cottage and the big farmhouse. So the big farmhouse had heaps of old furniture in it, and it had this old smell to it. Like, it wasn't a bad smell at all. Like, it just, you could smell the age in it. Like, that sounds disgusting, but it really wasn't. Like, it was just, you could just tell the place had history. It was really cool. It was this giant house. I'm sure that it was haunted. But yeah, like, it had like the dark wood floors, it had a lot of dark furniture in it, it had like a lot of those sort of old antique looking paintings, it had like this giant grand piano. It was actually quite beautiful, and I appreciate it so much looking back at it. At the time it was just like this little house to me, but I was really able to just like look back and think fondly of this house when I was doing this build, so I liked that. I thought that was pretty cool. Just like a random little tidbit there. Oh, I've never used this bed before either. Yeah, and I really like it. I think it's like a really cute bed. I love the little pattern. And this little cabinet here is randomly tiny. But I like this bedroom. This is just, for me, like, it's like I can just see this little old grandma and grandpa, like, just in their little bedroom together. I don't know. Oh, I didn't mean that in a dirty way either. Oh, gosh. I hope we don't have any people with their head in the gutter at this video, because you're going to have a field day. Oh man, I love that little flower on the bedside table as well. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I just think of a story because I feel like I'm just making stuff up at the moment because I'm trying to talk about the build and I'm like, oh, that flower looks good. Oh, there's the mirror and the plant. Oh yeah. Oh, I put those candles there because I wanted the room to have some feng shui. I'm just kidding. I just put it there because I needed to put something there. I'm thinking of a story, so I'm just gonna like rant about nothing until I think of a story to tell you. Do you guys even like my stories? Because if you guys don't like my stories, I have nothing. I can't talk about the build because I don't know what to say about the build. And then I just tell you these random stories and maybe you hate them. I'm actually curious how many people actually listen to the voiceovers and how many people, I don't know, like how many people just kind of like watch it on mute. I personally watch a lot of stuff on mute because I will watch it like when I'm at work, maybe like on a lunch break, or like if I'm on like a lunch break at work, I might watch a video, and I don't always have headphones, so I'll just watch the actual build of it, and I don't listen to the voiceover. So I will watch like these YouTubers for like so many videos, and then I'll decide, oh, I might actually just listen and see what they sound like, and then I'm like shocked because I don't know, it sounds really weird, but I create like a vision of what these YouTubers would look like based on their builds and based on like their little profile picture thing, like that little picture thing. What is it? Is it a profile picture? I don't know. Whatever that thumbnail thing is. And I just create this random picture of them. And then when I hear their voice, I'm like, oh yeah, I totally pictured you to have that voice. Or I'm like, oh my God, I'm so shocked about your voice. That's like super random, I know. I'm actually doing it all the time because I work in a call center. I've like basically created faces for all the people I talk to. And I'm sure that none of them look like what I think they will look like. Yeah, and I'm just gonna say it again, guys. I'm so tired. It's like 4 p.m. now, and I think I'm just gonna go to bed at like 7 p.m. The annoying thing is that whenever I go to bed that early, I always end up like having a really restless sleep. So it's like I can go to bed too late and be tired when I wake up, or I can go to bed early, not sleep like fully through the night, and then just end up like being tired anyway. So I'm just going to do my best to go to sleep and like sleep all night. Might take some magnesium tonight. Apparently that's supposed to help you sleep. I'm obsessed with these little like garden things that I do now. I really like them. And I thought this was sort of like farmy, I guess you could say. And sorry, I was just like randomly, that's like a base game sign. And I was like, since when is that sign base game? And I was really confused by it because like why would that even be in the base game? It's like so random. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was quite strange. And I love putting these little like pot plants everywhere. Like not the planter pots, the actual pot plants. And you kind of like size them up a little bit. And oh, this is where I put, so in this front yard, I size up like one of the cars. So I'm not sure, I'm assuming a lot of you are American, but that car, we call that a ute. Yeah, I don't know what you guys would call it, like a pickup truck maybe. And that's like classic Australian farm. It's just like the old ute in the front of the garden, like a rusty Holden ute. That's like what would be in the front of our gardens. I don't know. I really liked that little feature there. I felt like it was a very authentic Australian. And guys, I've managed to do it. I had nothing to talk about and no stories, and I've managed to crap on for 13 and a half minutes. I should get an award for this. Seriously. I'm the queen of crapping on, and I just hope you guys enjoy it, because actually, I enjoy talking to my computer screen about nothing, so I hope that you guys enjoy listening to me talking about absolutely nothing. I don't know why I'm talking like this, it just sort of happened. So I'm gonna go. Screenshots are coming up. You don't have to listen to my voice for that long. I've actually timed this really well, and I'm gonna go. And I'll see you all later. Bye bye.